Hey beautiful beaders, it's Gina from orchidandopal.com. I have in front of me the August 2019 Adornable Elements Beads of the Month Club. This is the rotating Beads of the Month Club. It's also the double versus the single. There's all sorts of options, so I will leave their website link down below so you can check all those out, check out the pricing and everything else. They do have a coupon code that they offer just to my viewers here. If you want to use the code OPAL10, OPAL10, you can save yourself 10% off your first month's box. As most of you guys know, this is a subscription that I have received for over a year now. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorites, and I highly recommend it if you are into high quality check glass beads in particular. So let's unbox this together and you can decide for yourself if this is right for you. I have no idea what the theme is, but I do believe I'm getting Delicas beads this month just because I know the rotation now that I have been a subscriber for a while. So they do have about 6 different types of beads, and then it repeats. So every month it's something different, and they always have a great theme and everything is well coordinated, and I'm excited to see what it looks like this month. So here's what everything looks like inside. I had my little packing slip, and then we have our bubble wrap baggie of beads, and we'll go ahead and open this up, and then I'll flip it over and we will look at what our color scheme is. Okay, so on top we actually have this additional findings pack, which is something brand new that they're doing, and I'm going to share this after the beads, so if you'd like to find out more about that, stay tuned and we'll open this up. And as far as the beads, our theme is called Popular Picasso, and it is the Delicas of the Month Club. So these are all Miyuki 11Os, and we have our list here with what is included. If you want to refer back to this for any reason, I'll leave this here for just a second, and then it gives you the approximate retail value of all those. And while you can't go on their site and order more of these, it does help you if you do need to order more for another project. You can always search for more of these and pick them up elsewhere. So let's flip this over. I know it's going to be great. And it is. So we do have some more earthy tones this month. And you guys know I'm usually drawn to the more brighter tones, but guess what? These are Picasso, and you know I love Picasso finish, and neutrals are very important. So let's go ahead and open this up and we'll take a closer look at all these one by one. So Picasso on Delicas, that's awesome, right? I had to go grab one of these rings because I know there's some of you who watch that are actually brand new to beading and you guys don't even know what Delicas beads are. So real quick, for those who don't know, they are different than seed beads. They are extremely uniform and they are more cylindrical in shape, and they make this little brick type pattern. So they're great for doing brick stitch, peyote stitch, things like that, but they fit together really well without leaving much of a gap at all in between the beads. So that's what we're looking at today. You can check the playlist I have for Adornable Elements if you're interested in finding out about the other clubs that they offer. Like I said, as a subscriber to the rotating club, you do get all different types of beads, not just Delicas. So let's go ahead and go down the list. Our first one is called Picasso Smoky Black Matte, and you can tell what's what by the little code here on our piece of paper, and that code corresponds to the number that is on your label on the container. So here's a close-up at what that looks like. And here they are in my hand. So as you can see, this is not just a basic jet black. It has the Picasso finish, which adds these splotches of different colors onto the bead. It makes the beads look so much more interesting than just a plain solid color. So it's really fun that they're adding these in the rotating club this month. Okay, so our next color is called Picasso Canary Yellow Matte. And this one actually doesn't look yellow to me at all. It looks very natural. You can see that there's a lot of different shades of tan and brown going on. And there's a closer look at those. And if you're familiar with some of the check glass beads, they do have a finish called Honey Drizzle, or a color that is, and so these actually remind me a lot of some of those that I've received in the past. Very pretty, look a little bit like stone or shell or something. They're just more interesting to look at. So with this club you will receive 8 vials of beads, and as I said, this is the double club. So the single club, which is approximately half the cost of this one, it also gives you half the beads, so you do still get the 8 colors, but you would just get half the quantity. And again, all that information is on their site. I know there's a lot of different options, so it'll be easier if you just kind of check that out. But here's the third color, and this one is called Picasso Opaque Red Garnet Matte, and I really am enjoying this particular color. The red in the background is actually quite bright, but that Picasso finish tones it down quite a bit. You can see that there's little splotches of what look to be a gray or slate blue, and then there's also some brown and even a little bit of light gray in there, but it really tones down that bright red and it makes it overall look like more of a brick red. Here's our next one. This one's absolutely gorgeous, I think, and this is called Picasso Seafoam Green Matte, and as you can see, it has a turquoise look to it, almost like a turquoise stone, kind of like the stone, how it has the blues and greens mixed in, and also some of those veins of brown and sometimes black. So to me, this particular color of Delicas with that Picasso finish is really giving me that feeling of an actual turquoise stone, which is really cool. I can't wait to make something with these. You can just see the comparison with my ring right here, comparing just a plain solid color to something with the extra interest of the Picasso finish. It's going to look really cool. Here is our fifth color, and this one is called Picasso Chartreuse Matte, and it is a very vibrant lime green, but also toned down a bit again with that Picasso finish. There is a close-up look at this. And if you are somebody who only likes to work with Delicas and not the other different shapes of beads, you can actually subscribe to the Delicas of the Month Club only. You don't have to be a rotating club member. You can pick out which particular beads you favor the most and go with that as your subscription. And you can subscribe to more than one if you wanted to. Here is our next color, and this one is called Picasso Tan Brown Matte. Just as it says, lots of tans and browns. This is pretty much a darker version of that lighter tan that we saw in our second vial. This one has a darker overall look with more chocolate brown mixed in and even a little bit of black and dark slate gray blue. And you can see the difference here next to the lighter one. Just another nice neutral to have, and I appreciate the fact that it is more interesting than just a solid brown. All right, here's color number 7, and this is called Transparent Root Beer. So this is a basic dark brown, but it is not a opaque brown. It does let a little bit of the light pass through, and I think root beer is an appropriate name for that. And then our final vial, or number 8, contains Cocoa Lined Crystal AB. Color of hot cocoa brown or chocolate milk right there. And that is the color of the lining. Has the clear coat on the outside as well as the AB finish. Gives it that little bit of a rainbow effect or extra luster when the light catches it. It also coordinates very nice with the other colors you can see down here. So that is everything for our August 2019 popular Picasso Delicas of the Month Club. If you are somebody who has used my coupon code in the past to get your subscription, you're probably on the exact same rotation as me. There is a slight chance you might have gotten a different color variation, but they do their very best to try to send you the same thing once you're on the same rotation as me by using that coupon code. I think they did a great job as always. They definitely put a lot of thought and consideration into what they're putting together, and even though they are more earthy tones, they still excite me because of all the Picasso, and I don't have any Picasso finished Delica beads, and now I do, so that's awesome. Now we are not done. I have one more thing to show you. So if you'd like to stick around to find out more about their Findings companion pack, you can check this out. I introduced you guys to it last month in the July video, but this is something new they're offering. So they sent this to me to share with you guys to take a look and see what you can get. This is a $12 add-on that you can add on to any one of your existing subscriptions, and they will send it included with your other beads for no additional shipping cost. And this is supposed to be a pack of findings where you can make at least 2 to 3 different projects out of them, and they're including very high quality materials. As you can see, these are called Tierra Cast, which is a nice name brand there. So let's flip it over. Awesome. So they're sending some gunmetal this month. You can see it's that dark hematite type color, and we will go through this and take a look at everything that's included for the extra $12 add-on. So all of our findings are contained in these 2 bags, and we have our chain in this one bag, which we'll get to in a moment, and then everything else in this bag. And there aren't huge quantities in here, so I can see why these are all together. It does save some plastic, which is always an environmentally friendly option. All right, so let's see what we have. It says we have 4 Tierra Cast Vine Heart Link black plate, which would be these. So we have some connectors, which is nice. We have 1 Vine hook and eye clasp set, which I'm thinking is this one. We have the classic clasp set in black plate, which is this one right here. There are 2 Tierra Cast Clover 9mm bead caps in the black plate, which are these 2. And I will say for this, me personally, I'm not going to find as much of a use for just 2 bead caps. Sure, you can use them, you know, maybe in a pair of earrings or something and just have 1 bead cap maybe on the bottom of each bead. But for me personally, and I'm not knocking what they sent, I would like to see more than 2 if I'm getting bead caps, maybe in place of something else, just to have more of those that I can use in a project. And then we have 4 French hook ear wires, which are these right here, which are very sleek and sharp looking. And the little earring backs here, so that's nice. They sent an extra one too, just in case. We have 12 4mm jump rings. We have what they're saying is 15 head pins and 2 eye pins, but actually they reached out to me and said that there was a little typo on this, which is no big deal. I mean, this is the first time in over a year that I've ever seen them even have a little typo, and it's seriously not a big deal. But basically it should be 10 head pins, and they said that they're actually going to be sending 5 more to everybody just because of the typo, but the price they quoted was based on 10 anyway, so it's not a big deal. And then finally, our bag of chain, and there's 36 inches of gunmetal chain that is in this bag right here. I'm always excited to get chain because I use it a lot. And this is a really nice color for me to get personally because I have so many of the other colors, but I really don't have the black finish or the gunmetal finish findings in my personal stash bulked up very much. So it's a nice departure from basic silver or gold plated or antique brass, that kind of thing. So that's everything that is in the $12 add-on for this month. Last month we had some beautiful rhodium plated findings that were in that nice silver tone. So they're going with things that are a different tone, it looks like, each month. So they do switch it up. If you don't like this particular color, the next month they would probably have something totally different. They're also going with nice brands. So these aren't cheap findings. These are your higher end findings. So from what I know personally about what it costs to purchase things like this elsewhere separately on their own, I definitely know that the $12 add-on price is worth it, and I think their approximate retail value down here is definitely appropriate. So you're saving yourself a little bit, but like I've said a million times when I do these unboxings, it's not all about how much you save in the particular subscription. Yeah, it's nice, but you have to look at your own situation, what you'll actually use, what your budget is, and those are all very personal questions that I can't answer for you. This hopefully just gives you more information so you can make an informed decision. I personally think it's worth it, and it fits into what I do, and that's why I love to continue sharing these and plan to do so in the future. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope it was also enjoyable. As always, when I use these things, I will come back and share in future finished jewelry updates and more tutorials. So thank you so much for being with me for another subscription unboxing. Don't forget to use that coupon code OPAL10 if you're interested in signing up for one of their subscriptions and saving 10% off your first month's box. But until next time, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. And as always, happy beading. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love for you to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified of my latest videos. Check out the information section below for links to my social media handles, and feel free to check out my shop and blog at orchidandopal.com. Thanks for watching.